So, Steph, you've been with us for 8 weeks, 9 weeks now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And you've got incredible results. So maybe tell everyone
And
some of the stuff you've achieved.
so I've been here for about 8, 9 weeks now. I've lost 11 kilos.
Awesome.
My mindset is completely different. I feel like a different person. I I'm loving doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's nothing that can stop me right now.
Incredible.
I feel so much better. I've had to kill a few birds with one stone. So I used to like to drink,
Yeah.
which is a really big thing for me because I've cut down incredibly.
Yeah.
I also am celiac,
Yeah.
which I've never followed that diet, which I'm also doing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to lose weight. So I found a little bit hard to start with, but now it's like second nature to me, and I don't feel like anything's a chore anymore. I just have to remember that.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, Steph. You deserve it. It's incredible results.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And can you tell everyone that's watching this, like, what have you tried in the past?
Oh, I've tried everything. So I'm actually at my biggest that I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I suppose I was my own worst critic.
Mm.
Back when I was smaller, I always thought I was big, and now I look back and I go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you were so small. But I've always tried all your fad diets, all your fad anything, pills, shakes, everything.
Yeah.
But my calorie counting has always been my friend.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that is my biggest thing. I remember my partner saying to me one day, oh, Steph, why don't you just go back to your calorie counting, because that's always worked for you. I'm like, oh yeah, but no, I think that I can do it some way else, and it never works.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's unsustainable. Like my sister at this point is doing this huge detox, but they can only eat certain foods and all that. I'm like, it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
We all have to eat what we want to eat. And some days I say to myself, oh, I really feel like potato bake.
Yeah.
So I'll make myself a really small, healthy option of that satisfies my craving, and I just have to go, okay, well, I'll have a healthier lunch or something like that. And yeah.
Awesome. And that's like the only way to lose weight is being in a calorie deficit. So tracking your calories is the best thing to do. And other diets, they just mask that and they just package it up in a different way and usually make the process even harder. That's why with me in double digit coaching, we try and eliminate that and be like, just count your calories, keep your protein high, and you'll be fine.
Yes. So I found maybe too much info, but I found when I cut out all my carbs at the start of it, that I got really bad gastro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and I done this research, and it came back on, if you cut your carbs, that can cause this. And I thought, because being gluten intolerant and me cutting out my gluten, I was like, oh, I thought that would be a good thing, but no.
Yeah.
So I had to go about it a different way and make it so that I still had my carbs and I was still having my fat in healthy options rather than in a bad sense.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
And why do you feel that you've succeeded so well this time around?
I have a great support group.
Awesome.
I cannot recommend this group more than everyone is in the same boat. We're all wanting to do the same thing, and everyone is so supportive. And I find, and I even sit there daily going on about how well my support group is now.
Yeah.
And I really love this group, and I really find it beneficial.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And I guess, environment, I always say, is one of the most important things for transformation.
Yes. And sorry, 1 second. Okay, that's fine. I've always, like, my partner, obviously, he's really supportive of me.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't, because it's been over a short amount of time, he doesn't see it as much as people who I don't see very often.
Mm.
And so even though he supports me, he doesn't see it as much, so he doesn't go, oh, I see how well you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Whereas if I see people every couple of weeks, they go, oh my gosh, Steph, what are you doing? You look amazing. You've lost so much weight.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've been doing this. And they're like, keep up the hard work because it's really paying off.
Yeah.
That also makes me, but yeah, I have to say it's a group more so, because you can get on here and you can say, oh, I'm having a shit day, or and there's always someone to say, okay, you'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%.
And just get back on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back on the horse.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
It's so good. Yeah. And what else has double digit coaching helped you to achieve, and what makes it different to other things that you've tried in the past?
Double digits for me at this point has made me achieve everything that I want to. As I said before, I was never this big, so it's a really big thing, but it's made me admit to what I've done wrong.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where I've gone wrong. Yeah. I moved to my new house. It was in a place that I didn't know. I knew no one. I drank too much, which made me put on weight because of the calories in the alcohol.
Yeah.
And so I get there and I'm like, well, I know where I've gone wrong, because my eating has never really been very bad. It's just my habits changed. Yeah. But now with the support behind me, I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I'm accountable now for what exercise I do.
Yeah.
And I used to love exercise, and my sister still says to me, you are incredible when it comes to doing exercise programs, because you have the stamina. That's the word. And you can get it done. Yeah. Where she's much smaller than me and always has been, but cannot do half of what I was able to do. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
And I've recently started talking to my sister again after not speaking to her for a couple of months. So that was another big step.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's great. Okay. And how would you say has this helped with your, obviously you're a mom and you're busy. How has this worked in with your busy schedule?
I do things so that it makes it easy for me. So if I'm preparing a meal for myself and I'm not doing it for everyone, because they don't always eat everything that I eat.
Yeah.
So, say at lunchtime, I'll prep my meals for dinner. So it's all done. I put in pretty much everything into my Fitness Pal, either in the morning, because I always have it planned in my head what I'm going to eat for the day.
Yeah, cool.
And then when I weigh it up, whether it be brekkie, lunch, or whenever, I just go and readjust it.
Yeah.
And I do it in one bulk go rather than doing it at, say, every meal. So that way I've got everything all sorted, and I don't really find now that it's a chore.
Yeah.
At the start, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so time consuming.
Yeah.
But now I go, okay, well, no, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. And sometimes I'll cut up enough vegetables for a few days. So then it's all weighed, it's all done, it's all pre-prepped. All I have to do is put it in the steamer.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about it then.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I don't really find that it's really impacted on me. I have a pretty busy life with the kids. Like, I've got 4 kids and they all do after school stuff and swimming and all that. So 3-4 nights a week we're out, and then I do car shows. So I tend to try and just accommodate around that. And
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. And what would you say to another lady who's on the fence about joining Double Digit Coaching? What would you say to them if they're just on that fence?
I would tell them that it was the greatest thing that I ever done in my life, and that there's no looking back. The support is the most amazing thing that I've ever come across, and you know, everyone's in the same boat and no one's out to judge you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I just want to say, Steph, that you've done amazing, and I'm very, very proud of you, and you know, your example for everyone in the group, and you show that, you know, it's possible. It's, you know, with hard work, dedication, and grit, and with the right support, you can achieve anything. So congratulations, Steph. You've done amazing.
Thank you for being an amazing trainer.
You're welcome.